Hey, it's Dino in Studio 95 today, and we have a special guest, new artist on Warner Brothers Music, Dean Alexander.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do you mind the Dino thing?
No, man.
Because
It gets me on the
some of
radio
us here are
too.
partial to that. Hey, you were telling me you're from Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Yes, sir. Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Now, what did your family do there?
My grandfather was raised by my grandfather, and he was a preacher there. So
Really?
yeah. So grew up listening to harmonies, church harmonies and stuff. So I'm the first one to break out and do some country music.
Well, it's not unusual though in country music to be raised in the church and first have your first singing gigs in the church.
Yes, yeah, it was. I learned how to sing. I was 4 years old, and just jumping up and singing old hymnals and stuff.
So when you said, "Hey, I want to do country music," what did your grandpa say? Oh, good story here.
Well, I'll tell you this little story.
Is he speaking to you now?
It's funny. No, I used to sneak my guitar and my amp out the window, when I was about 16 years old, and sneak a couple doors down, and that's where I would play. And I got busted, and they used to say I had to go out on my own after that.
Did your grandpa get you your first guitar?
You know what? He did. He actually gave it to me.
Really?
He gave it to me, and I still have it at the house. It's an old '72 Fender.
Wow.
It's great. Learned how to play on it.
Yeah, I'll bet. So then you moved to Nashville? Is that after high school?
Right after high school, I moved around a bit. Lived in Ohio and Indiana. I was a gypsy for quite a bit, and then finally moved there. I can't remember what it was. 9 years ago.
9 years ago this week, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
And I moved there in an old hatchback car and just.
Is that where you lived for a couple of
Yeah,
months?
for 2 weeks.
Really?
So I lived
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, and I remember eating pork and beans out of a can with a plastic spoon from the Dollar General. And finally got some landscaping work, and playing the honky tonks on Broadway, and here I am.
Overnight, 9 years later.
Oh, God help me.
So what was it like going in? Because I'm assuming is your first album done yet, or you're still working on it?
We're still working on it. We've got a few singles picked, and I think by the time the single comes out, we'll have our record wrapped up. I hope so. It's only taken 9 years to make. So.
So I have to ask you this real quick.
Yes.
What have you learned about radio now that you've been out for a couple of weeks doing that?
That I love guys named Dino.
That's exactly how you do it right there. Dino Alexander in
Yes.
Studio 95.